It's the new Tandem Collective Global Readalong. Hello, hi. Somebody just got book mail this morning. Now, I thought it was from someone, but it's not. This is from Tandem Collective Global. This is because we are doing a read-along later on in this month. I don't have all the details yet. This is the book. I wasn't expecting it for a while. So, let's open it up with me. Ooh, exciting. Oh, okay, so there's the book. It is called Work-Life Balance by Benjamin Chee and Wayne Rea, I think. Malevolent managers and folkloric freelancers. Tongue-tied a bit there. It is a graphic novel, and we are so looking forward to this month. With Tandem Collective. Do watch the space. It comes with the, and there's the reading schedule. Starting on we don't know. I will let you know when I know, when we are going to read a graphic novel together. La 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 la. I don't have many graphic novels, so this is super exciting. When a menacing multinational arrives on our shores, familiar creatures like Pontianacs, Mananangles, Raksasis, and Bajiaguis are forced out of their jobs. Some give in and sign up for the mundane corporate life, but others would rather fight than join the broken-spirited hordes of the desk-bound. Okay, I'm doing a bad job of pronunciation there. By Benjamin Chee and Wayne Rea. Dun, da, da, da. Hello, welcome to a new video. I'm Jacques, and today is another read-along with Tandem Collective. I love doing these. The challenges are fantastic. I think this is my third one now, so that's going to be great. And we are this time around doing Work-Life Balance by Benjamin Chee and Wayne Rea. I do apologize if I'm not pronouncing your names correctly. But this is a story comic hybrid. It takes Benjamin's comics and Wayne's prose and intertwines them into Asian fantasy and bringing it to life. So we're looking forward to this. So let's go. So the read-along is taking taking place across the week, starting Wednesday, which is today, the 20th of March, and for 5 days. I think it's 5 days, so that's not so bad. So this will end on Sunday. Yeah. Here is all the info that you might require. I will also tag all the people involved down below in the description box, so do be sure to check. It's down there in the description box. So let's go. So part 1 is to read until page 25, and that is only up until the end of the first bit. Is a story bit, so we don't get any comic today. No, we'll have to wait until tomorrow. So let's go. Bye. Okay, so that's that part one done, day one done. Only, I can't wait to get to the comic, but anyway. I'm a little bit confused. So we've met the main character, I think his name is Z, and they grew up, and their father taught them about killing monsters, and they don't want to kill monsters, they want to save monsters. But I don't know if Z and their sister Suleja are monsters or not, or humans. They say Selena, I don't know. So now Z set up a business which has been dwindling, and then this big corporate conglomerate called the company is buying up all the estates like they normally do, and Z is the only one saying no. Okay, so this is where we are now. That's where we are. So I don't know yet. I have no opinions yet. The writing style, I like it. I do. It's uncomplicated. Now, this is Asian fantasy and Asian mythology, or whatever you want to call it. So, I do not know how to pronounce these words. I'm not Asian. I could use Google, and then Google can tell me, I suppose. But neither here nor there. So there's nothing to judge. It's just like the beginning of the story, and there's, we've met the character, and that's that. So I have zero thoughts so far, other than I like the writing style. So now the next part, starting tomorrow, is going to be a big chunk. We need to read to page 81, so that's about 60 pages. Okay. Which isn't too bad, because we just read to page 81. There are 2 parts comic and 1 part story, so you're not reading all 60 pages per se. So we're practically halfway to chapter 1, and then we're going to read the last half and chapter 2, and I'm going to end at the beginning of chapter 3. So we're going to be reading this chunk tomorrow, and then we're going to get into the comic. Okay, so super excited for that. Okay, so there's still challenge for day 1, which you can see there, and they ask about what other graphic novels do we have, and do we enjoy graphic novels. And yeah, so you need to check Instagram for that, but I'll post the photo. Hello, so we are on day 2. By the way, happy Human Rights Day here in South Africa, the 21st of March. That was today. It's the end of the day. It's past 7 p.m. My brother and sister came unexpectedly for a visit, so that's awesome. And then another friend came. He normally does pop in just for a good, but he came and he sat down for a bit, so that was awesome, and we got to have a bit of a chat. So yeah, and we sat outside and we had a lovely day. It was 32 degrees Celsius today for an autumn, so this is going to be the last of the heat coming through. So we enjoyed it. Sorry about that. read my section for thingy 2. Now I see what's happening here now. Now, like I said, there is, I don't know if I said it, mentioned it here. You get the first chapter in written form, and then you get a bit of a comic. Okay? That comic is the same as the written form. At the end of the first piece, I was a bit confused. I did read a bit into it, and then, just to get my bearings, because not story-wise, but I don't know what was happening. So now that I've finished the second chapter and the second bit of comic, what I can say is I think this is actually really well done. What's happening is that the comic is telling the story in conjunction with the thing. It's the same story. Okay, so you're getting a written form and you're getting the comic form in the same book. Now, reading it like we are reading it, I'm picking up that there are some nuances that you pick up in the reading parts that you don't get in the seeing parts. And there are things in the seeing parts, nuances there, that are not easily picked up in the, if at all, in the narration in the story part. I think it's actually really well done. And of course, if you have people that prefer reading and people that prefer graphic novels, they can both read the same book, because one person can read the graphic side. Just read the graphic side and you'll have the story. That's what I'm assuming. I'm not done yet, but so far 2 chapters in, the graphic novel and the story are both identical. And I actually think that's very clever. I think that's very clever. So yeah. So on to so what happened is now Z has sold out to the company. Okay, so now Z's monsters have been incorporated, and some of them are now middle management. I don't see where the story is going yet, but that's basically where we are in the book. Okay, that's basically it. Okay, just that. And then, sorry, my arms getting really sore. And then in the graphic part, in the comic parts, you just get things that you don't pick up on the other side. And also there are some blank, just no speech bubble things, panels, comic panels, that sometimes don't make sense. They're trying to emote the emotions sometimes, I think, but I don't know, maybe I'm just misreading the emotion on the face. Maybe I just don't know what I'm seeing. I don't know. But this is super fun so far. I'm still confused about the story, but like I said, I'm only 2 chapters in. There aren't that many chapters, obviously, so it's obviously a short story. So yeah, super fun. I am also enjoying all the content so far from the other creators. Super cool. Now today's challenge. Pardon me. None of these characters so far remind me of anyone. No bosses, not even colleagues. Previously, in my past. So yeah, my workplace woe tales are long. And I'm not gonna type all that out. Sorry, not sorry. Basically, it boils down to that I was working 9 years at a place. For 3 of the last 3 years, I haven't been happy there. They've been shunting me aside. They didn't want to listen to me. They didn't want to grant me an audience for a meeting, and just kept pushing me up and pushing me up. And so I left. And that was that. So, for example, It's not really a tale of woe. If you want to hear the woe, it's a 3-year-long story. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? But they also want to know, what do we feel is something that should be added to the company handbook, the HR handbook or whatever, and then they're going to make a whole thing at the end of it. I don't have the exact wording here. I'm not reading it out of my memory, sorry. I don't know. Look, this is an interspecies company, so I mean, everything is there. And for example, I'm a new employee and I haven't met some of the species, and I say something that could inadvertently, be seen as offensive or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I think that something like interspecies relations and communication should be something that new employees should be given a crash course in before they start, and something that should be maintained every year, and you should get a fresher course, every year, every person, every employee. Because I mean, you might say howdy, and then that might be a word for something else for another species, and then you might just create intergalactic war. Who knows? Not intergalactic war, interspecies war. You know what I mean. So I don't know, there's been no talk of things like that. Only the company policy, the mission statements. Let me just find it quickly. I think that's hilarious. Mission statement is sorry, to acquire the power to destroy civilization and bring the world to an end. Awesome. So that's the end of day 2 for me. I am looking forward to the rest because I need to know the story. Like I said, I don't know what's happening in the story. Literally what I've told you is what's happened. There's a monster hunter who was taught to hunt monsters, but he decided that he was to save them instead, and he created Haven for them. Then the big conglomerate is wanting to buy up all that space, and he was the only one that hasn't sold out yet. So the demons came and made offers, and he refused all of them until Mephistopheles came. And eventually Mephistopheles gave into it. I'm telling you the story, but that's fine. Anyway, so he sold to Mephistopheles because Mephistopheles gave him the best offer. And now, like I said, people are middle management and stuff. And that's that. That's the story. I don't know where it's going yet, so you'll find out when I find out. Okay, it's late. I need to get supper. I will see you tomorrow. Hello guys, hi. Sorry I didn't get a time to record yesterday. Which is day 3, today is already day 4. It's already late at night. I haven't had a chance today either. Sorry. So I'm going to quickly tell you about my thoughts on part 3. And then I'm going to read part 4 and tell you about part 4. Okay, so the graphic novels in conjunction with the story, the narration, it's the same. Okay. However, there's things that you can only pick up if you're reading the story, and there are things that you're only picking up when you are reading the graphic novel. Now, reading the two together, you're picking up both the nuances. Which is very interesting. At this point in the book, we are now finding out about the unhappy employees and certain people. And And then they go on a discovery of finding themselves and what they're capable of, and then they discover that they are worth so much more. And they are now going to do something about the company. It's a fun read, it's quick. Hold on a second. Somebody was calling me, sorry about that. So, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. But yeah, the art style is unique. I haven't seen it before. Well, I don't really read much, so this is fine. It's all black and whites. What's also fascinating is seeing, how you read the setting, how about the dunes and the mountains and the trees and la, and how in a graphic novel you don't have to read all of that, you just see it in the background, right? It's very interesting. Also, the two different mediums, so sometimes you have to change small things in the storyline in order to make it work in the graphic novel. It's pretty cool. Now, the challenge for day 3 is that they want to know about a local folklore, and that we need to tell the group about it, and then we need to add a link in our stories and blah blah blah. Now, so African folklore, I don't really follow folklore much, I'm not into that kind of things, but I suppose the most famous thing is the tokoloshi, or the tokolosh. I shall insert some thingies. You can go check those out as well. By yourself. There's Google. So yeah. On to day 4. Before day 4 actually finishes. I'm kind of more confused than ever, to be quite honest with you. I'm not sure I know what the story is about. I'm not sure. This table is a bit wonky, sorry. Anyway, the graphic novel is kind of syncing up with the story, meaning that it's no longer the same story, as in it's saying what's happening. It's now adding to the story. So they are one, but they're not saying the same thing. So it's not a repeat of the story. So it's, as I first thought. So it's not story and then comic. That's the same story. It's adding. It started out that way, obviously, but now it's adding to the story. So now there's narration, and then there's comics, and what's in the comic is not in the narration. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of it's very interesting. Okay, now there's only just a little bit left. You really can read this in a day. Seriously, really. So yeah, I'm loving the writing. I'm loving the graphic novel. I'm not sure I understand what the story is about. There's currently this part has now become quite violent, actually. Okay, so there's a lot of fighting. It's like a war inside the building with the company versus the competition. And there's and literally heads are flying. Okay. and they summoned the goddess inside the building. So or whatever they were going to summon. It's quite flash and bang. Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of. It's very Very. Anyway, for the challenge for day 4 is to have a coffee and take a walk through Singapore. Tandem is supposed to have put a link somewhere to a virtual walk through Singapore. I haven't gone to look for that yet. And we are supposed to take a photo of our favorite beverage and a book, and this book, which I inadvertently did yesterday, just to announce day 3. So I'll probably make a reel tomorrow, because it's what's the time? It's 10 past 11 p.m. I'm not going to make a reel now, and the lighting is terrible for that. I also need to go to La La Land, so yeah. So that's where we are currently. We'll finish this up tomorrow and then tell you about it. It's gonna take a while for me to get my review done because I am behind on reviews. But I will actually give my review on this video, and then this will be a video review, and then I can add the written review later, so that's fine. Good night. See you tomorrow. Okay, so hey, finally finished work-life balance. Okay, this is essentially the age-old fight of good versus evil. Okay, so the company is basically hell, right? Demons and stuff, and evil. And the folklore are being made into normal people and trying to be assimilated into the company, but it's the folk. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, my nephew. Yeah, so they take it down. They take down the company because they can't allow the spread of evil. Okay, so essentially good versus evil, and all the fairy tales, folklore is the good side. Humanizing these folkloric creatures is cute. I mean, why can't they be people too? Seriously. So that's essentially that, okay? The graphic novel side is in conjunction with the text side. It's essentially the same story, but you pick up some stuff in the text part that you don't get in the comic part, and vice versa. I don't know if you can read only the graphic novel side and still get the full story. I haven't done that. Like I've just read it once. So I did enjoy it. I think it's really well done. I think this caters to a person that you don't know if they're going to read or not. Then you might give them the story, and then this graphic novel. Then they can read the graphic novel, and at least there's that. If you want to introduce someone to graphic novels, specifically this is mostly fantasy, I suppose, then this is a good way to go about that. Although if you people are used to manga, then this might not be although this might, because there's demons and stuff. Look, I don't know, I'm not an anime manga fan, although my family is weird. So yeah, so I did enjoy this one. At the back we have a guide. There's a guide to the creatures that are in the book, and a little bit of stuff, and it's some tongue-in-cheek humor, but it does not give us a pronunciation guide. I'm pretty sure this was meant firstly for an Asian market. There's nothing preventing it from being just the Asian market, but we can't pronounce the names. We couldn't Google. Yes, we can Google, but I didn't, and I don't want to murderize them, so there's that. But this was fun. This was a fun read, and it's a quick read, so you can finish this in a sitting. You can sit it in a day, whatever you want to do. So I did enjoy that. The writing I enjoyed it. There's nothing complicated about it. It flows nicely. Yeah. And the comics. The comic is comics. The lack of color, the use of black and white is obviously there for a reason. I haven't figured that out. Do I want more color in it? I'm not sure. Would it make it more effective? Oopsie, I just dropped the bookmark. Maybe. Like I said, I only have a few. I did post that this was my 8th one, but it's not. It's actually my 10th one. I forgot about Quasi. I will insert graphic. I have 2 omnibuses, volumes 1 and 3, and then 4 to 6. Note to self, take these comics to Comic-Con with you so that you can A, buy the next one in the series, and B, get them signed. Because I didn't anticipate that last year, and the author was there. So yeah. So on to the last day challenge is they want to know which character do we identify with the most. And I have to say, Mephistopheles. This is me. I am he. This is exactly why I left after 9 years. That. Not because I'm evil, but because I've had it, So yeah, so that was also for part 2 is the day 2. The thing was, wow, whoa, do you see some of yourself in these characters, like in the company that you worked for? That was me. I didn't see other people, but I saw me. So, which means that I'm done with that, and also we are to post our review. I am behind on reviews, and this is a video review for Work-Life Balance. Thank you so much to Tandem Collective Global for including me. Thank you to Difference Engine for sending us these books. Thank you to the authors for making it. I think this initiative is awesome. They do also have at the end, I forgot to mention some of their process and how they went about clocking over time and their process and how they work together. This is quite cool. So if you do enjoy graphic novels, then go ahead and get yourself this one. That's that. And this video is the end of the video. I think I should start the Tandem Collective playlist because I have I have a few Tandem Collective videos now. And the next Tandem Collective video is for Bloomsbury Big Night In, which will be happening on March the 27th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. UK time. And we will be in conversation with authors like Kaylin Barron and Samantha Shannon. So yes, come and join us. And I will do a video of that. We'll be on Zoom. 20 South Africans plus 100 other creators from across the world have been invited as VIP guests, and we're going to go in and do our thing, and we're going to go see and we're going to share. Tickets are available at eventbrite.co.uk. Also, check my Instagram. The link is in my bio, and there's also a story highlight. Thank you so much for reading this with me, and bye from Cape Town. See you when I see you in the next one. Bye.